What is going on, everybody? Jonathan here with Gig Nation, where we talk about everything related to the gig economy. And today we're going to be looking at 6 different app glitches that you might encounter while you're using the DoorDash app. So about half a year ago, the DoorDash servers were experiencing some huge issues. Twitter kind of went crazy, Reddit went crazy. People were freaking out about all of these different glitches that they were seeing in their app. They were having serious problems trying to deliver their food. Now, as DoorDash is currently adjusting their pay model, making a ton of app changes, we're starting to see some of those glitches. So about 2 nights ago, I was delivering and I got hit with a bunch of these glitches myself. It really confused me. I didn't know what to do, if I should keep taking orders, and I didn't know why I was seeing some of this stuff. At one point, I actually got logged out of the app and I thought that I got deactivated. So I wanted to make this list of a bunch of different glitches that you may see while dashing on the app. Now, obviously this isn't all inclusive, so if you have another glitch that you've seen, go ahead and leave it down below in the comment section so we can take a look at it. But this is a bunch of the common ones, and we're going to take a look at not only what glitches you might see, but what you should do when you encounter them, what steps you should take, because you definitely want to be making the right decisions if you're having issues with the app. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So the very first glitch that you might see is missing offers that you weren't actually shown or didn't get a chance to see, or maybe even offers that you rejected. It would pop up in the app, you'd get a chance to accept it, you might hit that decline button and still get a message popping up that you missed that offer. It's kind of weird, kind of frustrating, because you don't want to be missing these offers. You obviously want to keep your stats up, and it's just weird to see stuff like that pop up in the app. The second major glitch that you might see is the app automatically logging you out, or just having issues logging into the app in the first place. This actually happened to me while I was dashing. I was auto logged out and I got this weird error message as soon as I got logged out that I had to enter all my info again. And honestly, it kind of scared me a little bit. I thought that I got deactivated for a second, because I've never seen anything like this happen to me. Okay, so the third glitch that you might see is that the app sends you a message that an order that you never actually accepted is ready to pick up. So essentially, the app is thinking that you accepted this offer when you never actually hit accept in the app. And I like to call these phantom orders, because they're orders that really come out of nowhere. They're not real orders, but the app is telling you that you have this order, and an hour or two later you might actually get another notification saying that the customer has canceled that order. And this is one of those glitches that can be especially frustrating, because it's hard to know what you're doing to have these phantom orders pop up, and you really don't want to see it hurt your completion rate. You don't want to see it hurt your stats and potentially affect you as a dasher. So the fourth major glitch that you might see when you're out there dashing is just issues with the basic functions in the app. You might not be able to confirm that you've arrived at a restaurant, confirm that you've picked up that food, or even confirming that you have arrived at that customer's address. And this last part of this is one that I actually haven't seen myself, but I've heard of other dashers encountering it, and that's not being able to start a scheduled dash. Essentially, you'll schedule one, but then once you kind of log in and try and get started, get going, you're in the right location, you still can't start that dash. And that's really frustrating to, set aside time to be ready to dash and then not be able to go ahead and start dashing when you want to. Number 5 on the list is especially frustrating for a lot of dashers out there who are looking to get that quick pay, to get that cash quick after they finish dashing. And that's because number 5, the app requires you to reset your direct deposit info. And if you remember from a while back, there was some scandals, there were some issues with drivers getting their accounts hacked, people changing that direct deposit info and cashing out. So they put in some new safeguards to kind of make sure that people weren't running away with dashers' earnings. And it takes, I believe, up to like a week to cash out now. So if you see this issue, if you have this glitch pop up while you're dashing, that means that you no longer get paid instantly. You now have to wait like 7 days to cash out in the app, which can be quite frustrating if you're trying to get that money quick, if you're trying to get those quick earnings. And number 6 kind of falls into that same category of worrying about getting paid, and that's because completed dashes might completely disappear from your earnings section. They might no longer show up, and you might be wondering, am I going to get paid for this at all? So what do you do if you start encountering glitches like this on the DoorDash app while you're dashing? Well, my first recommendation is, if you're in the middle of a dash, if you have already picked up the food, maybe you're heading to that customer's address, is to go ahead and quickly screenshot that customer's address. That way, if you're logged out or if that info somehow disappears from the app, you can go ahead and manually finish that dash and just make sure that you've completed the work that you've meant to do. That way you don't have any upset customers. That would really be the first step. Now, step number 2 is really just gauging how serious these issues are. If it's just one simple quick glitch, or if it's a bunch of glitches, maybe the app is having serious server issues that are going to affect the DoorDash app for the rest of the night. And what I like to do is kind of just check Twitter, maybe check Reddit, see what people are talking about. If people are going crazy on Twitter and it looks like it's a national server issue, then at this point you might just want to log off of the app, either go on a different app to deliver or just call it a night, because it's not worth having your stats affected, having all the potential repercussions that can come along with having glitches in the app. This can really come back to impact you negatively, and it's not realistic to think that DoorDash is going to go ahead and review all of this information for hundreds, thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of orders that were delivered when the app was glitching. Hopefully these glitches aren't going to be too big of an issue with the new app rollouts, but I have seen some of them myself. If you've noticed them personally on the app while dashing, go ahead, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you saw and how you dealt with it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.